maybe they sat down together and said, "Yo, these are the type of things that people want, so they can get closer to knowing these popular popular socialites, musicians. So let's incorporate these elements into our app." And I think it has worked wonders, man. So with music these days, I want to reiterate, with music these days, yeah, music is cool, but if we get to know the person behind the music, that is the best thing in the world. And I think Instagram and Twitter are the best ways to do that. I feel like we like the math, the science, the information behind the song more than the actual song. In terms of TikTok, we all know TikTok is making superstars these days.
Which artists, I'm sorry, which platforms rather I should say are breaking artists in 2021? And then not only that, let's also just kind of walk people through how indie artists have been utilizing different platforms over the years in order to like propel themselves to success. So we've obviously seen TikTok come into prominence over the last probably a year and a half as being that platform that's really breaking artists, really getting their music out there, exposing their music to a wider fan base. But TikTok is relatively new, right? And so there's always been a platform that has been doing that job of propelling an artist. So Q, um, I guess what has been your most, I guess, what has been your favorite platform where you've seen kind of artists break over the years? And then also like, what do you kind of see in the future? Do you think how long of a run do you think TikTok will have? And then also like, do you think TikTok is on its way out pretty soon? Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a great three great questions you just asked me, and fortunately, I have some answers for you.
Oh, let's get it.
I'm gonna go kind of a little bit of a different angle than what you might go, but I'm gonna bring up the old ones, Twitter slash Instagram. I think in this world that we're living in today, we are so enamored with the premiere, right? When something is premiering, we flock to it. So, for instance, I'll give you a good example. Megan the Stallion just dropped a new song, and I heard it. I saw the video. She hopped back onto Twitter to tell her what hotties that the song was coming out, and she made sure to give snippets. She made sure to, kind of tell them when it was coming out. And I think that anticipation building lets people really want to listen to the song. Nicki Minaj has done it in the past. Drake, Kanye, whoever it is. I feel like we like the math, the science, the information behind the song more than the actual song these days. So I think Twitter and Instagram have been huge and are still huge to this day for an artist breaking. Now, what I think makes Instagram so interesting and why I think it's the most important platform is because Instagram is evolving. There goes that word again. Instagram implemented stories. Instagram implemented new reels that people can use. Instagram allows people to be personal because all these things, maybe they sat down together and said, "Yo, these are the type of things that people want, so they can get closer to knowing these popular popular socialites, musicians. So let's incorporate these elements into our app." And I think it has worked wonders, man. So with music these days, I want to reiterate, with music these days, yeah, music is cool, but if we get to know the person behind the music, that is the best thing in the world. And I think Instagram and Twitter are the best ways to do that. In terms of TikTok, we all know TikTok is making superstars these days. Erica Banks is somebody we can name. There's the dude that made Corvette, hop in the jet to the space of that.
Pop Hunter.
Pop Hunter, which I don't think, sorry, no disrespect to Pop Hunter. I don't think Pop Hunter would exist 10 years ago with that song. Like there was no way that we would have cared about that joint. But Yeah, TikTok is it's to me, TikTok is just a little too gimmicky. Because the question that we got to ask ourselves, who do we want for the longevity in the music industry? Who do we want loving our music? Do we want kids to love our music who have an attention span of like 1 second, or do we want adults liking our the music? Which adults are the ones that are going and buying Spotify, Apple Music. Adults are the ones that are going to bat for artists. Adults are the one that are hopping in these artists' pages and leaving comments. So I think TikTok is so catered to kids, they're just going to switch out who they think are relevant and you're gone. Adults, I think, for artists is the ones that you should be targeting. And so with that being said, I don't see TikTok lasting that long. Maybe give it 2, 3 years and something else is going to come out. But if I was an artist, I'm putting all my attention on Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, all that stuff.
Yeah, I that's an interesting angle. I like where you were going with that because you said some really interesting things. I'm with you though, as far as TikTok and Instagram being like premier, I guess, platforms that are kind of like breaking artists, or not even just breaking artists, that artists are using as promotional tools to fuel, people caring about their music. And that's really what it's about at the end of the day, right? Like, what platforms are being utilized by artists and for artists to get their music out there at a large scale. The reason why I like what you said about Instagram and Twitter, and I would actually throw in YouTube. I suppose TikTok is in there as well. More so because I look at those platforms as social media tools. And so social media as in like, how are artists showing their personality? I think where music has gone nowadays with like some of these musicians, right? We've seen it. We've seen it too much these days. Is the music is almost secondary in a way, right? Like, what people seem to care about is
That's exactly what I'm saying.
how are these artists living their lives? Like, give us behind the scenes look into who you are. And I think YouTube it allows people to have vlogs. Like, we've seen Queen Naija, who was a YouTuber, come out of like have a successful YouTube career as a vlogger, somebody who's just there showing her who she is in her life. People support her, and oh damn, she can sing. Oh, let's turn her into an artist. And she like leveraged that community. And it's like she already has a fan base because people know who she is through YouTube. And so I think the days of artists just kind of blowing up off of a SoundCloud, for example, right? Back when Russ was doing it, back when Uzi blew up off of SoundCloud. Like, a lot of these artists just literally their music was so fire that the communities within SoundCloud was giving them millions of streams. Even Lil Yachty is another one. Lil Yachty blew up off of SoundCloud. Like, just he put out all those earlier songs that everybody rocked with, and that community propelled him to the forefront. And then, oh shit, they got a cool personality. It's almost like the reverse nowadays. We want to know the personality first, and then it's like, oh, you know what? They're cool. Let me hear their music. Versus how things have been the other way around. And so we've seen newer platforms like Audio Mac coming to the forefront. I think Audio Mac is still a little bit more international than US centric at this point. I'm curious as to whether or not Audio Mac can make its way into the US, kind of like how SoundCloud has been that platform for indie artists. But I think overall, though, I don't really see TikTok being around for that much longer either, personally. I think Instagram has shown their dominance over the last probably 5 to 7 years, maybe even longer, where every time there's another platform that starts to emerge, Instagram will literally just copy. Let's just call it what it is. They'll copy the feature and they'll be like, yo, listen, hey, we do it too, because they already got more people. Instagram to me is probably the biggest tool for artists. Like, I really believe that. Instagram and Twitter, but mainly Instagram. And so I'm with you on that, man. I think as an indie artist, man, like, if we can get a glimpse into your behind the scenes life, how you make your music, what is your recording process? How are you like with your family? What are the things that you like doing? Do you like bowling? Do you like to shop? Show some aspect of who you are, and I think that's how you guys are gonna hook people for real.
And it's like, if you notice also, um, Instagram, you get the most support, public support, right? Let's say Meek Mill drops a song tomorrow, and he says, "I'm about to drop a song." Let's say that he puts the album artwork, maybe he puts a snippet of the song. In the comments section, Instagram has made it to where you can see, oh, Jay-Z said fire. Oh, French Montana is co-signing the song. Oh, such and such. That helps.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. Speaking of French Montana just dropped a song called F With It, Get a Bag, right?
But women get a bag.
They're claiming, plenty of people are claiming that this is going to be the song of the summer. How is that possible? Because Diddy has co-signed it online.
That's his man.
His
Of
video,
course he's gonna say that.
There's a video of Tory Lanez posted on Instagram that said, "Man, I knew when you made this song it was gonna be a hit." It's like that promotion that Instagram, Twitter, and all these things provide that I'm not sure TikTok. I don't know. I'm not a big TikTok user, but when it comes to promotion, when it comes to displaying popularity, nobody does it better than Instagram.
Yeah.
So I would put most of my stock into that, man. Like if I was an artist.
No, having an Instagram profile is very big, man. It's like that. If there's one social media tool you should choose as an artist,
100% Instagram.
It has to be Instagram.
100% Instagram.
Even though there's other ones that are they're working out here for artists. TikTok, we get it. TikTok is a big one these days, but I think Instagram is the pillar. That's the pillar one that you kind of have to have.
And you can link your Instagram to Facebook. So there you go. Just one click, and whatever you post on Instagram is on Facebook. But Facebook's like a flea market.